Speaking of leaders, here's one who has just survived a political battle. Boris Johnson, he won the vote of no confidence brought by his own party. More than 148 Tory MPs voted to oust him. 211 voted to keep him in power. Boris Johnson is calling this a decisive victory. His critics say it's just the beginning of his end. They're pointing at British history, where prime ministers have had to go despite surviving no trust motions. Here's a report.
It was supposed to be the end of the road for Boris Johnson. A no-confidence vote to unseat him. It turned out to be another failed attempt. Prime Minister Johnson survived the motion by 211 to 148 votes.
Good evening. I can report as returning officer that 359 ballots were cast, no spoiled ballots, that the vote in favour of having confidence in Boris Johnson as leader was 211 votes, and the vote against was 148 votes. Therefore, I can announce that the Parliamentary Party does have confidence.
What this basically means is that Johnson will remain the leader of Conservatives. And by extension, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. He has survived, but not without bruises. Even the most pessimistic of his allies had predicted a victory margin of 80 votes. Johnson managed to win by just 63 votes. This is worse than even the worst-case scenario. Nonetheless, he's spinning the result as a decisive victory. A chance to focus on stuff that really matters.
So, I think this is a very good result for politics and for the country. I do. Just in this sense, I think it's a convincing result, a decisive result, and what it means is that as a government we can move on and focus on the stuff that I think really matters to people.
Johnson's remarks are optimistic, but the truth is much bleaker. You see, in British politics, there is no such thing as a victory in a no-confidence vote. Instead, it tends to mark the beginning of the end. The slow erosion of power, victory or no victory. Just look at British history. In 2018, Theresa May survived a similar vote. She won by a bigger margin than BoJo. 6 months later, she was forced to resign by her party. In 1990, Margaret Thatcher met a similar fate. She won a no-trust motion by securing 204 votes, but Tory rules stipulated a 50% margin for the winner. Within 48 hours, the Iron Lady was forced to resign. So Boris Johnson's next challenge is clear. He may have 211 MPs on his side, but he needs to win over the 148 who are against him. They're already preparing for another battle. Another no-confidence vote. This is what Tobias Ellwood said. He's a rebel MP who voted against Johnson. He says Tory MPs consider him a liability, not an asset. So they are looking to alter the rules and make Johnson face another vote within 6 months. The polls are not in his favor either. According to a recent survey, 68% of British adults want Boris Johnson gone.
The British public are fed up with a Prime Minister who promises big but never delivers. Fed up with a Prime Minister who's presided over a culture of lies and law-breaking at the heart of government. Fed up with a Prime Minister who is utterly unfit for the great office that he holds.
So, to put it simply, Johnson could be a dead man walking. A weakened leader with an uncertain future. He may have survived, but his career remains on the ventilator.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.